The 80s were bad.
Whether you like it or whether you hate it, it was a defined decade.
Did you see him?
Only very briefly.
What were they like?
One were bigger than the other.
Margaret Thatcher is now the Prime Minister of Great Britain with an overall majority. How would you have voted had you had a vote?
I might have opted out altogether.
So how do you feel about taking up the burden of this country?
I'm just aware of the very great responsibility.
Be the first woman at it.
It is a great honour for you.
The men haven't made such a success of it, so
I feel it'll be all right.
We were selling industry.
The sale of half the shares of British Telecom. Sale of British Airways.
denationalised Jaguar, Sea-Link.
The shares in British Gas.
The British Steel Corporation.
A third of the state sector, employing 600,000 people, has been sold into private hands.
Most of the pits in South Wales, a number of pits in Scotland, some in Yorkshire, and the pits in Kent will have to be shut down.
The opposition have been brought to their knees. The unions have had their knees removed. And the Reds have been tried over open fire.
It used to be conventional wisdom that we couldn't denationalise any state-owned companies. Not anymore.
You will be privatised!
Don't you mean liquidated?
It's the same thing!
Don't think that because you didn't vote for us, we shall ignore your needs.
Everyone is unemployed in this small close. We asked how many of the 220 families on this part of the estate had been hit by unemployment. This was their answer. These people see themselves as being quite literally redundant, but many of them aren't redundant in the sense that would qualify them for redundancy pay.
We shall simply forget them.
Competition is the name of the new game.
Call it the Big Bang. They have recruited the rich and the powerful. They're running the whole show.
A divided nation between north and south, prosperous suburbs and the inner cities, and the employed and the unemployed.
The Commission for Racial Equality have brought out a report this week. Women are more prejudiced than men. Older people more intolerant than younger people. The press and TV are largely responsible for inflaming racial tension.
It's gone to the jugular.
Some people are blaming me. They've even suggested I'm off my trolley.
The closer they get, the more threatening it becomes.
You idiot!
Only a handful of people know what it really means. And they're scared.
Everybody keep your station! Everybody keep your station!
Soon, you will know.
We had an event happen. We had an accident.
Radiation was released into the atmosphere.
The radioactive cloud from Chernobyl affected many countries in Eastern and Western Europe.
It isn't clear if the fire is out.
It was more serious than you were ever led to believe.
The agony of telling the truth.
If you can help, you damn well better get off your ass and help fight the greatest challenge we've had to face since Hitler tried to exterminate us.
There is now a danger that has become a threat to us all. It is a deadly disease and there is no known cure.
Today, the government announced a new £6 million package to fight AIDS. More money for a nationwide information campaign.
Anyone can get it, man or woman. So protect yourself. Don't die of ignorance.
The Cold War game plays for the highest stakes. It works while both sides hold each other in check. But if one were to create an advantage, the game would change.
List primary targets. Wouldn't you prefer a good game of chess?
Today, the nuclear arsenals are bigger than they've ever been. An average of 3 tons of high explosive for every man, woman, and child on Earth.
When you hear the attack warning, you and your family must take cover at once.
Both sides observe the unwritten rules of the deadliest game the world has ever known.
All right, look, it's happening, right?
Yes, Jordan, it's happening.
All right, then launch, Walker.
They are playing with total annihilation. You cannot win a nuclear war!
whole of Europe could become a vast uninhabitable desert. Violent death commonplace.
Oh, don't leave me! The only winning move is not to play.